since I'm spear armed and since we do have light, I think I'm going to try to. It said I can move up just a few steps, like 3 to 5 feet. I can move
Right.
a little bit. I'm going to maneuver in such a way that I'm not infighting. I'm using a spear, so I've got some room here. And so I'm going to maneuver so that I can attack with a good hefty spear length between me and the snake. But I'm also maneuvering in such a way that I'm going to be placing myself as a target instead of Pixie, if at all possible.
Oh, wow.
So I'm keeping the distance with a snake, but I'm shifting a little bit so that Pixie is not in its, I'm trying to get as much of myself in between me and the snake, between Pixie and the snake, if possible. And I'm going for my attack. So, as I understand it, does my level count as a bonus or not? I have a 1 level in mercenary combat.
Well, yeah, roll the 1+1.
Yeah. So,
and also, I think that no, not the combat reaction. That's different. Just
right.
Since you've got the mercenary combat,
okay.
That works this way.
Oh,
just
man,
a plus
just
one.
A piddly +1, man. We are down here in the dice, in the vagaries of the dice, and I roll a 19.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, awesome. Yeah.
My strength damage is D8. And oh, cool. With the spear, yeah, the damage is D8. There's also a speed rating on that too, which I think is the maximum number of times you can use to attack in a round or something. But that's not
I think so.
Here. So anyway, what do I do?
Now, did you roll a 19 plus 1, or was that an 18 plus 1?
I rolled a 19, and I have a plus
okay.
1, so my total is 20.
So the reason I'm asking is because a 20 is the critical on the chart.
Awesome.
And that means double of your weapon damage. So that would be your strength damage plus double your weapon damage, which would be 8d8.
Got it. So I'm going to roll a d8 and double it, and then I'm going to roll another d8.
Yep. Just for your strength. I'm sorry, just for your weapon damage.
Right. Okay. Well, first of all, for my for the strength damage, which is doubled, I roll a 5, so that's 10 right there. Now with the spear damage added to that, I presume I only roll a 1, so that's 11 points.
That's okay. You heard it. You heard it really bad.
Awesome. Okay, so I puncture the snake with my quick maneuvering, slight protectiveness.
Yeah, it's not dead, but it's definitely stunned.
Oh yeah.
So
awesome.
Yeah, it's not gonna be acting this next turn.
Cool. So
this next round.
So it took a stun, so it's going to go last in the next round. So the next person, yes. I don't mean to. Sorry, go ahead. You've got your mystery person in there too. So what happens next?
Well, at this point, nothing's happening yet. But it's go ahead, Pixie, if you want to make an attack now.
Yeah, I think if I don't see anything else, yeah, Pixie would kind of go at it with her sword.
Ooh, keep that distance. It's a snake. All right, go ahead.
Well, you've already stunned it, so I think Pixie feels like
don't like snakes. I mean, I love snakes, but I don't. I think you fight them at a distance myself. But all right, go for it.
And I get 2 attacks with my haste on.
You can just go in there and go slicey. That's great.
Yeah, I believe I was looking specifically at that here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Haste. For those affected by the spell, gain 2 combat turns worth of attacks for every 1 combat turn of normal NPC.
Holy crap.
So yeah, you got two attacks.
Oh.
All right. Well, my first one did not. I rolled a 7, which goes down as a miss on the table.
Right.
So I'll roll a second. and this was a 6. So that is also a miss on the table. Maybe up to Hama to come through.
Right. Well, that's Hanu, first of all.
Hanu.
And then I guess so. I mean, I'm not sure if is it against a stunned opponent. Let's see here. I just want to double check, make sure you're not getting hammered.
Yeah, that's actually something I was looking for, like a chart that would have, the basic. But I don't think there is one. It says that there is a paragraph that does say that the Darkurthe Master will just kind of give up to a +5 to as far as from a +1 to a +5, depending on the situation. I think that's what I remember it saying.
Wait, I found it. Here we go. The character is stunned when he is hit with a surprising force, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If the character, right, he loses one attack phase. If you could have the snake make a willpower check to see if he loses their next attack phase entirely. And then on the table, it also says you drop to the ends, and I think that's fixed. But that's it. I don't think we get actually a bonus against them, sadly, unless you want to hand us one, which I wouldn't object to. But
well, in this situation, I'm glad you said that, because that is something that I would have done if I had thought of it. In this situation, attacking a stunned, helpless or whatever creature, +5, so that would give
that's a 12
6
for the first roll. The 12 for the first roll and the 11 for the second.
And those are both misses still,
okay.
Right? There's a big range with the misses. If I had been one higher, it would have
man.
Okay, yeah. Good enough. All right. Well, in that case, it's my go. And let's see. Well, I got me a 16, which is a +1. And if you're going to hand me the same bonus...
Oh, you got another critical.
Critical.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your damage. I'm just curious.
Ooh, I roll a 7, so that's 14 plus the D8, which is a 4, so that's 18 points of damage.
When you give it the next stab,
I'd like to give a little monologue. little word balloon, if I may, that accompanies this, which is
yes.
Don't soil your hands. Let your servants I serve you. You don't have to dirty your hands. So if you want to narrate it, go for it.
Well, okay. You stab this snake, his head comes clean off. You really got it good with the last. You have vanquished your foe. Its body is just shaking now.
Right. Look out. They loop around for a while when they die. We'll just step carefully a bit. I maintain that distance.
Yeah, you can see its body is going up like it was staircase.
Ooh.
So
excellent.
I would say about 10 minutes of kicking and writhing, right. And you can. It doesn't take that long before your Zohak comes down the steps.
Ooh.
That was Zohak knew where to find you. So presumably, if you go up the staircase, you'll get to the outside world.
Fantastic. So when we clamber up there, to cut to the chase, are our buddies up there, presumably led there by the fox, or do we have to go?
Yes, and okay. It's wonderful. The air is so much fresher up there in the swamp than it was down here.
There's a stinky swamp, but with no roof, and stinky swamp with roof. I get that. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'll clamber up and kind of stuck on kind of interested. This was sort of a bonding thing. I'm pleased at how Pixie handled herself and aided us with her magic. The um, so I'll head up and I'll say, I'll raise my spear to everybody out there and call out and say the gods favor us still. We've discovered the way down. Let's go, everyone.
Throxton rolls his eyes, but he says, "Very well, very well."
Mhm.
Yeah, well, and,
These
and
people
not
are
only
crazy.
showed us the way, not only showed us the way down, but they favored us with a snake that is now at our feet. I think before if we're going to go down here, you know, I think Pixie would well ask Throxon if he knows what manner of beast this is, and I think like is it a poisonous fanged type serpent? Do we see at
Yes,
the head? Is
yes,
there?
yeah. The head was really larger than the average snake. It's not like Conan the Barbarian size,
Right, it's not the size of a
It
horse,
was
I get that, but on the other hand, it's a nice, healthy, scary snake.
it's
I
bigger than one of the biggest ones you've ever seen here.
Perfect. I would like to find its head, which, as you say, is already
Decapitated.
conveniently
Yeah.
removed, and rather carefully in some burlap bag that we've got, wrap it up because I can think of
Okay.
because Mordak seems like the guy who'd like to have a snake head.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Also,
So we go. Good.
adrenaline or not, this is a good start. But I suggest that we take this in a very rational way. We're going to come back.
Yeah.
We're going to come back. We know where we're at. We know how to get down here. Let's do a fresh start at dawn. Get out here and head down with all hands, ready to go, and recognizing that we've got subterranean exploration. But if you don't mind me saying, I think that, favor of the gods or not, it's moronic to press on now that
Yeah.
night, we've got time to get back. We've got time to get
Right.
back before sundown, I suspect. But you are not going to find me screwing around at night unless none of us are wounded. Unless we want to make camp right here at the top of the ruins. We've got provisions for the night, remember?
Yeah.
We've got provisions
Yeah.
for the night. If we keep watch from anything that might creep up from below, and we're not going to fall into quicksand as long as we're here on these, battlements or, leftover rubble or whatever it is that we're standing on. Let's camp here. This is as safe as it's going to get out here. And we can strike down into those ruins crack of dawn tomorrow. That's the plan. Anybody who doesn't like it, go on back to Mordax.